Hey everybody, it's Sean here. I'm here to do Cube 2 of my record collection. Still haven't found anything new, but what can you do? Alright, the first part is brand new vinyl that I've bought, brand new, and the other part is A and about half of my B section. And I'll start it off. First we have Arcade Fire, The Suburbs. That's a good album. Uh, yeah, big fan of it. What else to say? It's Arcade Fire, Canadian band, which is cool. Montreal. Arctic Monkeys, Favorite Worst Nightmare. Big fan of this one. I don't really like the direction the Arctic Monkeys have gone in lately, but definitely like this album and the first album. Need to pick up that on vinyl if I get a chance. Go, got two Broken Social Scenes. Got this baby here. What's it called again? Oh, Forgiveness Rock Record. I'm bad for remembering the titles, especially of songs too. There's the gatefold. There we go. Just put that down here for now. Get it later. I was having trouble with these things last time, so I'm just gonna put them down if I have that and do it later. We have Beehives, a Broken Social Scene. That's a good album. I like Forgiveness Rock Record better though. Here we have, well, this is a local band from Sarnia actually. It's where I'm from, and called Chocolate Robots. They're okay. They're just kind of average, kind of like 90s alternative sounding. Alright. It's kind of neat, they're local. I bought it at my old job when I worked at a guitar store. There you got the Foo Fighters' first album. I'm actually not a fan of this record at all. Big Me's like the only song I like off this, so I'm thinking about trading it in. Oh, this one's a great one here. New Order, Factus, 1982, 1982. This one's really cool. It's on clear vinyl too. My only one on clear vinyl, which is very neat. Great. One of my favorite songs of all time, Temptations on this, so that is awesome. Up next. What do we have up next? What do we have up next? Ah, the Pixies, Surfer Rosa. It's a fun album. I like this one. He's not on this, is it? Nah, still, great album. I like me some Pixies, as you can see next. I also have Bossa Nova. Favorite song on this one would have to be Dig for Fire. It's a good one. There's the back cover there with the hair thing. This one's a cool one. Mother's Milk. In high school, I was a huge Red Hot Chili Peppers fan. I still like them. This used to be my favorite record. I think I've gone back to Blood Sugar Sex Magic as my favorite record, but this was definitely my favorite for a while. Good tunes. Next, we have a couple of the Smiths. Queen's Dead, great record. Most people know it, but if you don't, go check it out. Very good band. And then Meat is Murder. Another good album. I like The Queen is Dead better. But I like them both. They're really good records. The only song I don't really like is Meat is Murder. And then this is a Record Store Day release. The Stooges. Have some fun. It's alright for bootleg style. Comes with a really nice poster. And oh, it's also colored vinyl too, so I'll show you that. It's a gray swirl. So it's really nice. I like how they do the colored records a lot on Record Store Day. Makes it worth picking it up, the new records, when they're a little bit more expensive. Because I'm cheap. But I'm a big Stooges fan. Love to get their first couple records on vinyl, but I don't see them around where I am too often. Even some, I don't even see solo Iggy Pop anywhere. I saw Killer Instinct a couple times, but I just decided not to pick it up. I might though if I see it again. Depends how I'm feeling that day. I have the White Lies. Another good album here. White Lies kind of have a bit of a throwback 80s new wave Smith's Cure kind of feel to them. I think anyway. Next we have the White Stripes. I have a few White Stripes here. You know, the Stilge. I like this album a lot. I like the White Stripes in general a lot. I have the self-titled. Really cool. Nice little band from Detroit. And Elephant, I believe, yeah, this was the Record Store Day release. And really cool. Some really cool vinyl in it too. There's the inside. Definitely one of my favorite records of all time. Third Man record's really cool. It'd be cool to visit there. One day I'd like to go visit the studio there in Nashville. That'd be really neat. Studio Record Store, I mean. If you don't know about it, you should go check it out. It's really cool. They have a bunch of limited third man releases. I think they have other records too, but it seems to have a really cool vibe. Well, if you like Jack White stuff, otherwise you might find it a bit pretentious. Yeah, the white vinyl's pretty cool. I like it just because it's, you know, the opposite. And here we have half and half. Red and black. And the black and red. Now, this is a cool image too. I think he's wearing a safari hat. I've always liked safari hats. Never saw them around as a kid. I would have picked one up. Not that, I guess it doesn't make sense to see one as a kid. I don't live in Africa or anything. Not many people do safaris in southwestern Ontario. Next, another one of my favorite bands here. Velvet Underground. Self-titled. Really nice, like Candy Says. What Goes On. Like the whole, I really just like the whole album. I can listen to it all the way through without complaining once. Which is great. The band, music from Big Pink. I like these guys a lot. Actually, you'll see, remember this cover because something's coming up that's totally relevant to this. In fact, I'll just keep it out because you guys are going to like this. I hope you are. If you're ever watching this. I'm on my Beatles Revolver. I would have picked these up like originals, but they were cheap, so I think somebody was trading them into a used record store, so they're brand new but used. That's how I got the Red Hot Chili Peppers too, the Mother's Milk. Black Sabbath, Volume 4. Not my favorite Black Sabbath record, but definitely a good one. Might be the first one. I like the first one the best. Oh, here's a cool one. Cheap Trick. You know, Big Brother and the Holding Company. The really cool thing about this is, if you ever see my other show, Underground Comic Review. Oh, I know his name. Why can't I think of it right now? How do I not know it? Robert Crumb. Robert Crumb. I know it. Don't worry. I know it. Trust me. Robert Crumb did the artwork for this, and he's a noted underground comic artist. Really, he's one of the most known, I'd say. And yeah, really neat. I also have some comics that feature his work too. Really cool. A lot of people call them sexist and racist because you know, images like that. But no, great artist and a decent album too. I'm really glad that has the artwork and it's, you know, Big Brother and the Holding Company. A good band on top of that. Yeah, if you want to know anything more about Underground Comic, go check out my show, Underground Comic Review. I'll put an annotation at the end of the video. More Big Brother and the Holding Company. Yeah, good album. Also, if you ever seen the movie Ghost World, which is also about a comic, you almost call that an underground comic too, or at least an alternative comic. The old guy that the main girl ends up hanging out with all the time with the blues records, he's actually based off Robert Crumb. Funkadelic, love this record. Maggot Brain. Another record store day release. Hawkwind. Does it have a title? No, just Hawkwind. Some psychedelics. This is another neat colored album here. Translucent Orange. I thought this one was really cool. Doesn't come up as orange. I like it too, but A little bit brighter than what you're seeing in person. Alright, next, yeah, Jimi Hendrix. Love me some Jimi Hendrix. That cover, really nice album, one of my favorite songs. Access Bowl to Love is on this. There's the back. I'm holding a record, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal here. There's the full thing. It's still new and kind of crackly, so I don't want to open it up all the way. Yeah, really good album. Put this one over there. And we have another Jimi Hendrix. Electric Ladyland, probably my favorite Hendrix record. I like the more of his trippy alternative kind of songs. Whatever you want to call them. The ones that go out there a little more than his rock. Like 1983, what is that, Merman I Should Turn to Be. Ha! Nailed that. A merman. Everybody wants to turn to be a merman. Alright, Jimi Hendrix, live at Monterey. Used to have a VHS of this. Oh, it was really cool. Had some really cool features. At the beginning, there was this artist that did a kind of like what would you call it? He did that with a paintbrush and other kind of paints and made a lot of splashes and stuff. It ended up being a really cool photo of Jimi Hendrix, or I mean a painting. And I wish I could find another copy of that. But what happened to it? This guy was jamming with his dog. Ended up eating it. He felt super bad though, so it's not like he was a jerk. He ended up buying me a new DVD, but it didn't have that feature. But so if I can find that VHS, I'll be all over that. And we have Kinks. Everybody, what is it? Everybody's in showbiz. This is actually one of my first records I bought. When I got my record player, I started out with just one of those crappy, they look like a really old one, and there's a couple different things built in. It wouldn't poop on me after like a year and a half. Lead Belly. Yeah? Where'd you sleep last night? Like me some old blues. I probably won't get to my blues section till near the end because it's way down there and I'm just going. But yeah, I got an okay blues section, so stay tuned for that. Paul Simon Graceland. That's where I got that poster from. So yeah, I can tell. I like this album. It's really cool. It's too bad he got in trouble from Nelson Mandela about the whole apartheid thing because it's really, really fun album.